Hey guys. Thank you, Chris, as always. I feel like if you came in here one time and didn't say that, or if you just didn't come in here one day, I would totally forget to turn the live chat on, or I'd wait until the live was almost over and then turn it on. Hey, Mikey, what's up? I'm good. How are you? So can we talk about Gen V? No. It was good. So what did you think of the Orphan Black Echoes trailer then? I don't think you ever sent it to me. Did you? Because I think I was looking for it. I did end up looking it up and watching it. And I gotta be honest, I don't know about it. I mean, of course it's not gonna be as good as the regular Orphan Black. But I don't know. I think I need to maybe see more trailers or something. I don't know. I don't know about it. I don't know about it yet. Hi Cass, how is Zion doing? Are there any new achievements he's made? He's doing good. Today was a little bit of an iffy day. Like, he was good most of the time. Yesterday was a really good day, but like the day before that, it was not a good day. And so it just really depends on the day. His big achievements recently is, so he's done, I don't know if I've talked about this before. I think I did. But so he says, like, if you tell him like hi or bye, so he knows hi and bye, but he doesn't know how to wave. So he goes he used to go like this. He used to go like this, but now he goes like this. So he's gotten it turned around, but he doesn't have to do this. Like, he could just do this, but he hasn't figured it out yet. But that's like his biggest achievement recently. And like a couple of days ago, Jasmine and Anna went somewhere and they were they hadn't even told him bye yet. They were just kind of standing. They were standing in the kitchen. So the way that our house is, you come in through the front door, and the dining room is on the right, and then you keep walking, and then the kitchen's there after the dining room. And so it's like a straight shot, kind of where they were standing. And so they were kind of standing like they were just going to go straight for the door because they were about to leave. And Zion knows that. So they didn't even tell him bye or anything yet at this point. And he just goes. And it was so sad. I was like, all of us just went, aw. And I was like, he knows you're leaving. And then Jasmine's like, oh, no, I don't want to go. So it was good. But he's been, you can tell that he's been paying attention more. He's been trying to, you'll say something and he's trying to figure out what it is. You can tell he's really thinking about it. He's been knowing his own name. So he knows his own name. Pretty sure he knows what no means. Does he listen when we say no? No. But pretty sure he knows what no means. He has been wanting to be held more and more. So he'll do the arm raising thing. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Hey, Mythrock. I did do that, and you did forget. Oh, yeah, see? Go figure. Hey, Cronus. Orphan Black Echoes is already out in Europe or Australia or something. I don't know about it yet, to be honest. We'll see. No, I was going to send it to you, but you said you would check it out later. Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. Why aren't you sure about the trailer? In what way? Well, because I said, yeah, if you'll send it to me, then I'll check it out later. If you'll send it to me, then I'll watch it later. But that's okay. It's all cool. I ended up finding it. I don't know if I was looking on Twitter or if I just flat out looked it up one day on YouTube. I think in my head, sometimes when it comes to spinoffs, in my head, I was picturing Orphan Black because it's an Orphan Black spinoff. And I think the way that Orphan Black was, and then knowing, like, after watching the trailer, or while watching the trailer, and then after watching the trailer, I was like, this looks nothing like Orphan Black at all. So it's not. They're trying to do some sort of, like, they're trying to go more in depth with the whole cloning thing. Like, I think they're trying to show you the process of, like, doing all of the cloning and whatnot, and it just looks kind of like, I'm just so used to, and I think it's going to be really hard for that spinoff specifically because Tatiana Maslany freaking killed that role. And I think her name, was it Kirsten or something like that? I think she could do really well because she's a really good actress. But it's Tatiana Maslany. She killed that freaking role. And I think it's going to be really hard. Like, they've got to pull out all the stops on this spinoff, but I just don't know if it's there. I don't know. The trailer is like, it's kind of hard to follow, and I don't know. I don't know about it. Just don't get the right vibes. And I think it's just because it's a spinoff of Orphan Black. You know what I mean? So, like, that's what I was picturing was Orphan Black. And you get this futuristic looking cloning situation of, like, because it almost reminded me of Wolverine, like whenever she was in the tank and, like, she came up and was, like, peeling off, like, what looks like a silicone or wax or something off of her face. And, like, I just remember, like, I just picture from Wolverine whenever he comes out of the tub and he's like, ah. And, like, that's what I was thinking, but in, like, a futuristic kind of way. And, like, I don't know. That was the way that they did it, I felt like was a little bit cheesy, but maybe it's because of the way that the trailer was. I'm not really sure. At this point in Buffy, what is your least favorite episode? Like, you've never watched that episode again. I remember what it was. It was in season 2, I believe. Went too far with things, and not in a good way. And, like, it just, like, it gave you creep vibes, like, not monster vibes. It gave you, like, creeper, like, realistic creeper vibes. And, like, I don't know. It was not a good episode. Thursday was real cold. I stepped outside for a few moments, and by the time I stepped back in, I was already getting sick. Jeez. I know that Anna and Jasmine, like, have a throat thing or something. Like, their throats have been sore or raw or I don't know, something like that. And they were looking at me and they were like, "Do you not feel bad?" And they were like, "Oh no, of course you don't, because you, like, never get sick." So, but yeah, I'm all good. Usually if I don't feel good, it's because of allergies or, like, because I'll get, like, usually, like, a yearly, not strep throat, sinus infection. But I haven't had a sinus infection since before I was pregnant. Knock on wood. I freaking hate those. Howdy to you, guys. Have you seen the new Ghostbusters trailer that is out today? No, I haven't seen it. I saw some poster that was out. I think I saw that yesterday or last night or something. But I haven't seen the trailer. Have you seen the 100? Yes, all the way up until my favorite character died, and then I refused to watch any more of it. And you know who I'm talking about. Everybody who's watched the 100 knows what I'm talking about. The Ritter Robot Dad episode. No, I don't think so. That was they had a couple of different Frankenstein episodes or something like that, I believe, but No, it wasn't. He wasn't a robot. He was actually like he was a bunch of dead body parts put together. And it was a brother. Like the brother brought him back to life. And he was a football player. And he was like gonna make Cordelia his bride or whatever. Hey Lucy, how have you been? What Buffy have you watched up to? What's on YouTube, basically? Because I watched something right before I went live, but it was Angel. I watched an Angel episode. I only watch, like, I'm really only caught up, like, I'm almost really current with, technically I'm current with Patreon, and then YouTube is a day after I've watched that one episode. I want to eventually get to the point where I can, like, catch up again, so I'm not doing it, like, the day prior. And then sometimes, like, the past 2 or 3 months, like, if I miss a day, because, like, something happens or whatever, if I, like, miss a day, then I'll upload 2 the next day that I'm available or whatever to. I'll upload 2 that day, so it doesn't jack up my schedule. But I don't know. I just don't want to. I know how I can get, and I don't want to get to the point of burnout if I like throw a lot of videos and recording and stuff on my calendar. So, and I've already got like Patreon requests that I do during the week. So if I were to ever like have like a bench of reaction videos or whatever, then it would have to be on the weekend. And I don't want to really do that to myself on the weekend right now, because on the weekends I wouldn't say that I take off the weekends, because I don't technically, but I don't do Patreon requests on the weekends, at least, so that I can spend the weekends majority of the time spending it with Zion. And then I think what I'm about to do is start taking off Sundays, because I took off this last Sunday, but what I did was I did additional video stuff this Saturday, like the day before, and just went ahead and uploaded Sunday stuff on Saturday and had Sunday off, because I really hadn't had a day off in a long time. I'm always working, and it felt weird, but I was like, you know what? I think this is a good idea, like having one day off a week where I could just like chill out, play video games, like read a book, hang out with my girl, watch TV that I don't have to record. I don't know, maybe get some house stuff done that I wasn't able to get done because I'm always either like working at my job or doing video stuff for like whatever, you know. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing. But I think like what I'll end up doing is just doing like kind of what I did last weekend, where I uploaded 2 on Saturday and then nothing on Sunday, so that every day I kind of have something going on. Ted. No, not Ted, not that one. That one wasn't a great one anyway, though. And he wasn't Frankenstein in his what was it? Because he was just like a robot or whatever. Xander's cool guy episode. I think so. I don't remember. I remember like the gist of that episode, and the fact that they were like what they were going to end up doing with Cordelia. It just really, I'm like, this is gross. I did not care for that episode. John Ritter was an underappreciated dramatic actor. He should have gotten an Oscar for his sensitive portrayal of a gay shop owner in Sling Blade. I haven't seen Sling Blade. I've been good. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. This week's been kind of on my work stuff lately. I've been like slipping in my actual work at my job, And I've been feeling so bad. I like told my supervisor and I'm like, I know I've been fucking up lately and I'm so sorry. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, you know what when the saying is like, you're your harshest critic. That's so me. And like, I always think that like I'm doing a terrible job when I'm just like, I'm doing completely fine. Like maybe I'm not like doing as well as I normally do, but it's by far not like definitely not bad. Like we've been having to do these meetings and everything where we get feedback from some people that we work with, other companies that we work with, and all of their feedback has been like really positive. Even people that I'm like, I know they don't like me or they don't they don't like our company, and they've been giving us really positive feedback, and I'm like, okay. All right, was not thinking that, but okay. So there's that. And then anytime we do surveys, I'm always like, shit, you're gonna be so shitty. I said mine are gonna be so bad, but they always end up being really good. I think because, like I said, the harshest critic thing, and then because the way that I do my job, the way that I work is I'm not a yes man. If like my client or like another company that we work with, if they say, hey, can you do this? And we can't, I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't do that. Like, here's the reasons why we can't do that. Like here's the precise like example of like why we can't do that. And like whatever. Now, like other coworkers, they'll be like, oh yes, like, yeah, we could do that for you, you know, whatever. But the thing is they'll say yes, and then they'll work their ass off to try to figure out how to do that thing that we don't even know that we can't do. It's not that we wouldn't know how to do it, but we can't do it. And I'm like, you should have just told them we couldn't do it. Like, it's not like you're telling them no and slapping them on the hand. You know what I mean? Like, just say, you know, if we can't do it, you just be honest with them and tell them we can't do it. But like, this is why we can't do it. And, you know, so, but I always think because I'm that type of person and I'm not a yes man, I'm always thinking that my surveys are going to be really bad, but they end up being really good. So go figure. And the surveys are coming up, by the way. So hopefully they end up being good. It's usually I don't really worry about it until we get to the point where we're about to know what our scores are. That's when I stress about it. Oh, I know which one you're talking about now. Yeah, not a favorite of mine either. So Angel next, not Buffy. Correct. Yeah, the one that's going out on YouTube tomorrow is an Angel episode. It's 37. It'll go up on Patreon tonight. Oh, by the way, I need to try and see if I can upload it. We'll see if my internet can hold up. Hopefully there won't be any issues. It usually only takes like 2 minutes to upload with the way that my internet is now. So hopefully my live doesn't crash because I decided to do it while I'm live. It doesn't look like anything bad is happening, so that's a good thing. Some assembly required. Let me look it up. Yeah, I think that's it. Yes, that's it. That's exactly what that episode is. Yep. Dr. Kira Manning, the scientist, she is the daughter of Sarah Manning, the protagonist from the original Orphan Black series. She was previously portrayed by Skylar Wexler in the original series. Is that who Kristen's being? Is Kira Manning? Oh. Chris, I think she means some assembly required. Yep, that's exactly what it was. Hello, I have to go to bed in a few minutes. This wasn't wasn't a Frankenstein type. He was just like a zombie, just mindless, like the guys in the Zeppo. Well, I say Frankenstein because he was like, his brother had to grave rob and put a bunch of different body parts together, and like it's very Frankenstein-ish. So that's why I call it the Frankenstein episode. You have a child and a full-time job and anxiety. I have no idea how you do all the things that you do. I don't either, to be honest with you. Me and my girl had a conversation about it. I think was it last night? It was either last night or the night before last. And she's like, I really don't know how you do all of what you do. And I said, neither do I, to be honest with you. I think it was last night because yesterday I recorded 5 or 6 episodes and edited an episode and got all the other episodes up and ready and uploaded on a Patreon. And like, I do a lot. So I have a full-time job. I have Zion during the time that I have a full-time job. And then, I mean, luckily Anna and I are really great at co-parenting, because if we weren't, I don't know how, like, there's no way I would be able to do all the things that I could do without her. So then like once she comes home, then she has Zion. And then like, that's when I can do all my video stuff. But really, ideally, I only have like 4 hours a day to do video stuff, and I'm cramming everything in without like, and during the time of like recording my stuff, I try to make it seem like, okay, don't stress out. Don't like have bad anxiety, because it's going to show in your reactions, and the people who like pay for you to do that, like they don't deserve to see you like not at your top game, or like not, you know, like not yourself or whatever, because they pay for you to be you. And so, and I'm really good about that. Like I tried to block everything out of my mind, and I'm really good at like, while I'm reacting to something or recording something, that I don't allow the stress and anxiety to get me while I'm doing those things. I always wait. Like I tell myself, you know, like you could worry about it once you get done, stress out about it all you want, whatever. But like, at least during the moment, like, you know, don't do it. So, and I'm really good about doing that. And it's funny because I'm terrible at meditating, terrible. But I think this is why I haven't hit burnout yet, because of like what I do in watching TV and everything. Watching TV has always been kind of like a zone for me where I can go and relax and enjoy it and like have fun. And so I think that's why, like, also like I don't allow stress and anxiety to get me while I'm in, because as long as I can focus on whatever I'm watching, I'm good, I'm golden. So, you know, I don't usually allow that to like, you know, get to me whenever I'm doing that. So it's really good. But yeah, I really don't know sometimes how I do everything. It's a shocker to me as well. Everyone is just waiting for once more with feeling, right? I mean, I'm sure, I have no idea. Hi, Cass. Hey, everyone. Hey, Scott. Good day, Cass, and all others. A good day to you, too. I have a hair, like, in my sock, I think. Ah! And it, like, went between my toes. Blech, I don't like that feeling. Yeah, let's hope your live won't. I think it should be done now. It should be done now. Let me look. Oh, yeah, it's done now. We don't have to worry about it anymore. I always post a link on my Patreon. Like, anybody can view my schedule. It's usually like the first of every month or like the last day of the previous month. I'll upload what I have going on like that month. so that, and like I add a link in there too, because I'm always updating it whenever I know things, especially for like Patreon requests and stuff, or if like maybe, especially when it comes to Buffyverse, I'll like sometimes mix up maybe like an episode on when I should watch Angel and when I should watch Buffy. So people will like go in there and tell me. But so I've got Angel 3-7 and then Buffy 6-7. Also some Patreon requests. So I'm like watching You're the Worst, an episode of the OA. And I've got Angel, Buffy, The Last Ship, which is a Patreon request. Angel, Buffy. I'm pretty much just like, so what YouTube is gonna look like, it's just like Angel and Buffy and some movies. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this month. Just Buffy and Angel and a couple of movies and Patreon requests. But yeah, if you ever want to know like what my exact schedule is like, you can check out my Patreon. If you like look in the description, even in the lives, like I have my link in there. But if you check it out and just go to the post that I do, like the last when I did the one for November, I did it for the first of the month, but I'll add the link in there so you could check out what my schedule is like as I update it on a daily. Yes, this was an early season 2 episode. Yeah, I remember it was season 2, like, because it was just terrible, and I'm like, this is not good. Hey, Cody. Hey, Jasmine. In Ohio, it will now be legal to deal with your anxiety. What do you mean by that? Do you mean the marijuanas? Howdy, Les and Cody. If you ever have to pay for daycare for Zion, the daycare expense is a great credit on your tax return. That's good to know, but at the moment, I don't think we're going to end up putting him in daycare. That's not the plan anyway. But daycare is freaking expensive. And all the daycares around here, like, they're on a 2-year waiting list. Like, I don't think we'll ever have to put him in daycare. Now, never say never, but that's not the plan. Just lost the feed. It's back. Did you really? I think my stream health has been good this whole time. It doesn't say it was bad. Are you just messing with me? Because I know you like to mess with me. Yep, so her daughter, now older, as the spinoff series is set in the future and is set in 2052. Okay, so that explains a lot. And will be 10 episodes long. Wonder why it has been released in Australia and New Zealand first. Well, so I know that the original Orphan Black was a BBC... Is it BBC... I think it was that Canada? I don't remember. It was BBC something. It's not BBC America, but it's BBC, because BBC is... Hold on. Oh, London. BBC is originally in London because it stands for British Broadcasting Company. So it was Orphan Black was originally a BBC show. I ended up watching it whenever, I think it had just gotten completed or something. And then it went on Hulu, I think is where I ended up watching it at. So, yeah. So that probably explains why it was... Well, I don't know, because Australia and New Zealand, if they're doing it on BBC, I'm not sure why they would do it in New Zealand and Australia first. All right, wee pet. What do you think is Buffy's character flaw? I think she has a couple of flaws. I think a flaw of hers is she underestimates other people, because I think of her power and everything. I think she thinks a lot of times she underestimates other people and what they can do, specifically Willow, for example. Because she has definitely underestimated Willow a bunch of times. And it's because she underestimates people, especially people that are close to her, because she doesn't want to lose them. And she's dealt with a lot of death and everything. So, like, I get why she is that way, but I think it is a character flaw for sure of hers, because she just thinks that, like, you know, they're not as tough as her. They can't do certain things like she can. So I think that's a flaw of hers. And then, like, that's probably her biggest flaw, I'd have to say. But she does have a couple of flaws here and there. But that one really comes to mind. What speed do you watch shows at? Like, one a day? Like, ones that go out for YouTube? One a day. Now, Patreon requests, I do during the week, I do a bunch of Patreon requests. So I do Patreon requests on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So I do Patreon requests 4 days a week. And I I had to put a cap on the Patreon requests, because like I'm like out of time, because I'm like, I can't add any more anywhere in my schedule, because I want to not overload myself. Like, if I didn't have Zion, yeah, like I would end up I would be able to do more, but like I want to use the weekends to be able to do stuff with him, or I don't know, do stuff for myself. But so yeah, I had to put a cap on that. But I do Patreon requests 4 days a week, but YouTube, like, videos and whatnot, I just record one a day. I used to do a lot more than that. I used to do like 2 or 3 a day, like when I was pregnant or before I was pregnant. Love your body art. How many do you have getting any more? I don't know how many I have at this point. I think it's like 9. 1, 2, 3, 4 on this arm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I have 9. But yes, I do want to get more. This one, I want it to be a full sleeve. I want it to be it's going to be a southwestern sleeve. I want to get a scorpion. I want to get a big ass scorpion right there. And I know it's going to hurt like a bitch. But my next tattoo, I want to get a Coco Pelli, and I want it to go here. So I want a Coco Pelli. That's going to go there next. And then a scorpion after that. And that's going to go here. And then I've got a couple other things that I want to put on my forearm. Like I want to do a cow skull. I want to do a tumbleweed. I want to do probably like a pepper. I want to do... I have like a couple of things in mind, but first is a Coco Pelli and then the scorpion. And I want it to match like this style, like that kind of font, that style and whatnot. But yeah. Definitely getting more. And then there's one tattoo that I've wanted for a very, very, very long time. Like a really long time. But I haven't gotten it yet. And it's, I want to get a spine tattoo of a tree. And I want it to be like a dead tree. Like a big ass dead tree. I want one so bad. I know that one's going to hurt like a bitch. But yeah. I want to finish my sleeve before I do the spawn tattoo. But I haven't gotten the last tattoo I got. The newest one I have is the Assassin's Creed symbol. That's the newest tattoo that I have because I got that right before I did IVF. Oh, now I see the schedule on Patreon. They need a better way to search. I know it's getting better, but still. Agreed. Like, Patreon is going through a lot of different updates, and they're like adding things and trying to make it more user friendly. But it's taking them a while for sure. But I mean, they're working on it. Wait, what? 10 months of Buffy? Good grief. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Because I started it in the beginning of February. Hope everyone's doing well. I am. Thanks for asking. No, the feed stalled for like a sec. Oh, it's probably because of that video, but it's not bad. My old internet definitely would have crashed the live for sure. I lost the feed when you talked about how you were finished with the upload. Oh. It's definitely done now. BBC is British. Yeah, I figured that one out. You have the Red Sea, the Black Sea, and BBC. British Broadcasting Company. Yep. Scottish for Haya. Or Haya. Is that Haya? Haya. As soon as you went to check, I said it out loud at first. BBC is British. Oh, well, I'm still catching up. The Never Wrong Google... What? The Never Wrong Google say Orphan Black is Canadian, but BBC has several flavors, so not surprising if they had a different country pick up a series. True. Because they have a BBC America. So I wonder if, like, they have a BBC Australia or BBC New Zealand or something. Between the BBC and ITV, the Brits have some great television content. I know they've got some good ones. So what is your opinion about the Buffy bot, heritage, personality, relationships to others, and destiny? I love the Buffy bot, actually. I think the Buffy bot, like, I kind of just like laughed at the Buffy bot because it was so much like her, but then again, it wasn't. I think the Buffy, so the funny thing is the thing that I think it's exactly like Buffy is because, well, okay, this is both way it's like Buffy and not like Buffy because it basically said whatever came to its mind out loud. So you know that like the original Buffy would think things but never would end up saying it. But the Buffy bot, if she thought anything, she would automatically say it. So that's how like they're alike and how they're not alike. But I like the Buffy bot a lot. Buffy constantly tries to handle her emotional well-being by herself. That too. She doesn't really like a lot of people to help her. I don't think I thought of that necessarily as a flaw at first because I do the same thing. Like anytime I'm feeling down or whatever and other people try to comfort me, I don't like that. I don't like it usually when people try to comfort me. It depends on the person, but usually I'm a self-comfort person. Like I know what's going to make me feel better or whatever. And sometimes I just want to feel like shit and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like you just want to feel shitty for a minute and then I can like figure out how to comfort myself or whatever. You know what I mean? But there is a couple of people that know, I think if they know me well enough, then they know how to make me feel better. So like if I can't, because sometimes I'll get to the point, especially with my anxiety, I'll start spiraling. And so like it's really hard for me to get out of that. I've had some really, really down times, not recently, but I don't know, maybe like a couple months ago or something. And the only way that I could like really get through it is like sometimes, well, first of all, I have to like, I have to do this. Hold on. I don't want to hit the mic. I have to do this and then I have to like close my eyes and like really focus on my breathing. But the tighter it's hard to do it in this shirt and my hair the way that it is. Sometimes I'll put up my hair because the tighter that I can do this, see, that's better than the last one. The tighter that I do this and close my eyes and just like breathe, it helps me out a lot. So this is usually like the first thing that I do. And then after this, if I still can't stop spiraling, then I'll get in the shower, and then I'll probably like sit in the shower and then do this, and then like just have the water hit me for a little bit. Sometimes I have to like rock back and forth. But if it's really, really bad, I'll go to the people that know how to get me out of like spiraling. But yeah, it hasn't been too bad. Especially lately because I've been taking medication, and my medication's really been working for me. Luckily, so I haven't had a bad moment since a while back. So just in case anybody else wanted like maybe to try some, if you're like going through anxiety and you want to know like maybe like a helpful kind of, what are they called, like not a method, but like a, you know what I mean, like a, I don't know, something like a helpful tool or something to help you like get through a really anxious moment. I mean, that kind of helps me for the most part, are those things. But why a dead tree? So I've been obsessed with trees my entire life. Obsessed with them. The funny thing is I'm like almost deathly allergic to pine trees. So, but I'm obsessed with trees. When I was a kid, I used to know how to draw really, really well. And then weirdly, at one point, I just got really bad at it. And I don't really know. I still kind of do a little bit of art here and there. But some art that I really know how to do still is like I can draw trees really well. And I really enjoy that. So I am obsessed with trees, but also I love the concept of a dead tree. No, okay, first of all, not to make it sound like I'm like morbid or like weird because I like dead trees, but like a dead tree, like, I mean, just the concept of a dead tree, like it's dead, but it's still standing there. Like it's still just like, you know, I guess after a certain point, then maybe it would eventually break and like fall. But for the most part, a lot of dead trees are still standing. So the concept of like, it's still dead, but it's there. And like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I don't know how to properly say it, but there's like so much to like thought to it. Anytime I look at a dead tree and I'm like, I mean, and you can tell that it's dead. Like if you're looking at, I mean, I don't know, unless you're someplace where there's not a lot of trees. Maybe you don't know what a dead tree looks like. But I mean, I grew up where there's nothing but trees. So when you look at a tree, you absolutely know it's dead. But I don't know, like you're looking at it, anything else on this planet that dies is not going to still be standing if it dies. The trees are like one of the, I'm sure a couple other things do, especially like maybe plants and stuff. But usually anything else that dies, they're not going to still be standing there. They're going to be like, you know, on the ground laying or, you know, whatever, you know, they end up doing, or, I don't know. Like, it's so cool. So that's why I want a dead tree on my spine. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. They have the British Broadcasting Company while we only have the Electric Company. Hey, you guys. Is that the one where it's like, hey, all you people. Hey, all you people, won't you listen to me? Is that one? Buffy is kind of like Frodo. They have this terrible burden and they refuse to share it with anybody else. But we all know Sam could have carried it at least a little bit for him. Yeah, I think so. I think that's a really good comparison. I think a lot of people that deal with things like Buffy does or like Frodo did, where they feel like they have the world on their shoulders, they don't want anybody else to feel what they end up feeling. Totally random question. Favorite color for random things like mugs, not clothes or cars, etc., where it matters. My favorite color is gray. My favorite color is gray. I have a bunch of different types of mugs that are a bunch of different colors. I even have a pink mug. But it's not like hot pink, it's like a pale pink. And I have a truck. My truck is black though. I've only ever had one vehicle that was gray. Most of my other vehicles have been like all different kinds of colors. Helpful technique. Yes, that's what I meant to say. Thank you, Canadian Ice Dragon. It's really good that you're talking about mental health care. I appreciate it that you're open about it. Oh yeah, for sure. Like I'm a big advocate for like I want like anything that I go through, I want to try to help other people. Like if I've figured out a good way for me, then maybe it would be a good way for someone else to get through what they're going through. And that's why like with my work, with my job, I'm on like a couple of different committees because like I've struggled with different aspects of my life and I want to try to help other people if I can. And I can also, because of those committees, I can also learn about what other people are going through and like see if I can help. Like I just want to be able to help other people. So, you know, one thing that is fortunate for me is I don't think I've ever really dealt with depression. I've been around people my entire life that have depression, that have suffered from depression. And so I think I've figured out ways to kind of help people with depression, but I don't have depression. So I can't say, you know, what works or what doesn't work. And everybody's different as well. So I can just kind of try and do my best with what I've learned with other people that have depression. But I have really bad anxiety. So anything that tends to that tends to help me with my anxiety, I try to see, and it could not help other people, but if I can even help one person out of 100 people by the same techniques that I use, like I would be ecstatic to try to help at least one person. So, because I know how awful that feels and I want to try to help other people. So, I mean, you know, and then on the other side of things, like I'm a lesbian. So I try to help out. And that's one of the committees that I belong to at my job is a diversity, equity, and inclusion committee because I like want to help other people. Like, okay, well, you know, because I'm a part of the LGBT community, this is like stuff that I've went through in my life. And like, I want to share my story. And then also because of like that committee, there are other people who are a part of like the LGBT community as well. And like, I want to hear their stories. So like, yeah, I just love doing that. So that's me. Temple Grandin built a machine to squeeze her whole body really hard to help her anxiety. Well, yeah. And so I think, I mean, it helps out a lot because it's kind of like, it's almost kind of, this is kind of like, it reminds me of like a self hug kind of, you know, and like, it is because you just, so you put your hands up here and you like push down, you push your arms into your body. I don't think I said that whenever I was talking about it earlier. So you put your hands on your shoulders, and if you push into your body, it kind of like forces you to breathe a little bit because it's like pushed up against your chest. So you breathe in and then you breathe out. So it just like helps you focus on your breathing. Cause like if other people, like if I'm just in a lax position and other people are like, just breathe, but you're spiraling, like you're not going to be able to do that. So, and I'm not a big hugger either. So like, but this is like a good kind of, it reminds me of like a self hug type of thing. But I think if I ever got like, what are those, the weighted blankets? I think a weighted blanket would probably help me out as well, because it's like, it's pressure onto your body. And I feel like that could be a same concept that would help me as well. I've never tried a weighted blanket, but I feel like it would probably help me. Sarah Michelle Gellar really does an amazing job convincing us that Buffy and Buffy Bot are two different distinct characters, not just what she says, but her expressions, etc. are so well done. For sure, she does an amazing job because, like I said, they're almost like the same person. Now, I could be able to tell them apart because I feel like also the Buffy Bot smiles a lot more than normal Buffy, and like she's more happy, like it's a more positive Buffy, and it's, you know, she's kind of more ecstatic and whatnot, but yeah, but it is funny because it's like they're the same person, but they're not, like they're complete opposite too. So it is a crime she did not win more awards for the show. She won quite a bit, but yeah, I agree with you. Tatiana Maslany, is that who you're talking about? We don't think you're morbid or weird for liking dead trees. We had plenty of other clues long before that. Ah, that was good. I don't know. I love dead trees. I don't know. I look at a dead tree and I'm like, I don't know. It gives me, not hope, because that's kind of weird. What is it? What does it give me? I don't know. It gives me a weird feeling of like, I don't know. It's just like fascinating. And I don't know. The fact that it's dead, but that it's still standing is just like I don't know, a huge motivation of some sort, you know? Let me see if I can find a good photo for you guys. There's a lot of good ones. But I want one that's got like a shit ton of branches on it. I'm trying to see if I can find one. Oh, this person has one on the back of their neck. My mom has a tree tattoo, but it's a pine tree. And it's alive. And it's on her arm. I'm trying to see, because I like this one, but it doesn't have a shit ton of branches. Here's a good one. Kinda. Shit, where'd it go? I lost it. That wasn't it. Yeah, I'm not. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Is it on my desktop? Oh. Where'd it go? Hold on. Let me just delete it. Move. Yes. Move. Okay. And then we're going to add image. Okay. Browse. There. Like, this is what I'm really looking for. Like, I want more detail with it, of course, but that's something that I would want, like, on my spine. I want a bigger trunk, but that's kind of like what I'm thinking of. Maybe like some rooting going on. Like, I want some roots, but that's kind of like what I'm picturing. Hey, Joanne. Have you watched Original Charmed? I know it was seen as a Buffy ripoff, but it was good too for the most part. No, I have not seen the original. I've seen the new one up to a certain point, but I stopped watching it because I did not end up liking it. Tigers can be shot, bleed out, and still standing. Random trivia fact. Yeah, I mean, but like, so that's, I mean, but like, that's why I said I know most stuff. Like, most things do not still stand after they're dead. Like, but you have the random ones, like, what is it? Like a chicken running around with his head cut off, and like, you know, just random things like that. And then trees, they just still standing after they're dead. I don't know. It's just kind of cool. Trees are mostly dead anyway, just the leaves and a thin layer under the bark. I've always been fascinated with trees. I was told I was a gifted artist as a kid in kindergarten. Problem is, I never got better. Huh. Hey, Mr. Speedster. The SAG-AFTRA strike is over. Wasn't it over like weeks ago? A dead tree is like a mummy. Oh, corals left also some stuff behind that lasts for long times, but I stay with Buffy, fire bad, tree pretty. Hey, Cass, how's your day been? Kind of crazy. My Mondays through Wednesdays are really crazy, and then later on in the week it kind of dies down a little bit, but yeah. Like, let me see. I want to see how many meetings I have tomorrow. It's been insane with meetings lately. Tomorrow? No. Okay, I have 11 to 12, and then I've got 12:30. A 1:30 to 2, a 2 to 2:30. And then a 4 o'clock. Yeah, I've got a lot of meetings. Normally, I don't have a lot of meetings, but we've been having meetings with other companies. It started last week, and then this week, and then I think next week or half of next week or something. Do you use a weighted blanket? No, I've never used a weighted blanket. I want to get one at one point. I haven't ever purchased one, but I would love to use a weighted blanket because I bet it would help me out a lot. Probably should have got a weighted blanket when I was pregnant. Actually, I don't know if you can use weighted blankets when you're pregnant, but it definitely would help me, I think. The episode Restless is very important to look back on for this season. Think about the fears they had. Buffy in the dream put on the Slayer mask in the dream, and that caused Riley to leave her. I know a lot of people kept telling me to look back on that one. That happened in season 5, but there's more. It's too bad they never made a spike bot. I know, wouldn't that have been funny? The fact that a dead tree still stands is sort of like, despite your directional mic, we can still hear your fridge. Chris, you're like one of the only people that just give me shit. I feel like other people tease me for the most part, but you just keep on with it. You want a lot of branches. Look at images for, I don't know how you say that. Though it is often depicted alive, there are ones with no leaves. I also thought about a cherry tree. What is it? It's not a cherry tree. What is it? A Japanese cherry tree or something? Because I thought that those looked gorgeous. Like, they're really gorgeous. I think that's what it is. I bought one at one point. It ended up being like, it came like, and it was like big. Yeah, Japanese cherry blossom. I think those are gorgeous. I don't think I wanted it as a tattoo though. Dead hickory trees can be dangerous. They can get really big and tall and rot from the inside. For example, towards the end, the bark can be the only thing holding them up, and it can be pretty deceptive. Huh. That's cool. All right, this old man missed his afternoon nap, so I'm gonna fall asleep now. Catch you all later. Oh, bye, Mythrock. What about half dead, half full of leaves? I don't know. Maybe. I definitely have time to think about it because I don't know. I got other tattoos I want to get before that, so. The full trailer came out for that new RoboCop game for the PS5. Still pissed they haven't done it for PS4 as well. Will you be getting it? I still haven't even gotten the Assassin's Creed game that came out like weeks ago. I don't know. I might get the Assassin's Creed game soon so that I can, like, because I want to start, like I said, taking off Sundays and want to start, like, having more relaxation times and whatnot with, that sounds really dirty. That's not what I meant, but doing other hobbies is what I meant. But yeah, I might, oh God, because I want the game so bad, but I haven't been able to convince myself to get it because, for one, I've been buying Christmas gifts, and yeah, I don't know. I might get it soon. We'll see. We'll think about it. If I get back into playing PlayStation like how I want to, then yes, I'll get the game. How are you, Cass? I'm good. I'm making it. Meetings the most unproductive time during a workday. Oh, I completely agree. Completely agree. Still thinking about the fact that Jordan's actress's name is London Thor. Who? Cherry Blossom? Yeah, they're pretty. Sakura? I don't even know if I said that right. Is that what they're actually called? Mm, yeah. I love your tattoos. Do any of them have special meanings? They all really do. Um, they all have special meanings. So the very first one that I have, I can't show you because it's in a spot where I'd have to take off articles of clothing, and I'm not doing that. But it's right here. And it's a gecko. That was my very first one. And it has, so long story short, I was bullied as a kid in middle school. And because I was bullied, I didn't like going in the cafeteria to eat my food. And the science teacher knew that like I was kind of being bullied and stuff. So he let me come into his classroom and eat my lunch. And he said, I'll let you come in here and eat your lunch as long as you take care of my animals. And I was like, oh my God, like I loved it because I am a huge animal person. And he had a bunch of reptiles and I love reptiles. So I took care of all of his pets. And my favorite one was this little gecko that he had so much personality in this little gecko. And his name was Steve. And so I have a gecko right there to basically commemorate old Steve. And just kind of reminds me of like where I came from being this little nerdy girl who was not, you know, that attractive looking and had big old crooked buck teeth. And yeah, and then pretty much shortly after that and everything after I hit puberty, then everything changed. But it just kind of reminds me of that time. And then I have a big old owl on my thigh. And that one, I was always fascinated by stories about, I'm a big like mythical, historical, I love to learn about things. So I'm not super religious, but I love learning about different religions, not just Christianity. And like, I'm a big nerd and big, like, I love that stuff. So I read a bunch of stories when I was younger about the concept of owls kind of being like, what is it, like death travelers or whatever. And so like what some people believed was that if you saw an owl come up and like perch up on your window, it meant someone that you're close with or someone that you love is going to die soon because that owl is going to take their spirit and take it to where it like needs to go for its next life. And I always thought that was really cool. It was really fascinating. And I love owls. And so that's why I got that tattoo. My third tattoo was my wolf back here. It's not like, it's like I don't know how to describe it. Because I'm wearing a t-shirt, I can't show you either. But it's kind of like a 70s looking tattoo. It's not like your typical wolf tattoo. Like it's not realistic. It's like 70s looking, and it has like vibrant colors and all that. But it just kind of like, I don't know, like it kind of describes, it's like me, you know what I mean? Without being cheesy. And then what was my next one? I think my next one was the cactus, which the cactus is because I'm from Arizona. And then that one next. I don't remember. After that, I don't remember which order I got them on. But this one is my sugar skull. Absolutely love my sugar skull. This one's like one of my favorite ones, at least in the design aspect of it. I love sugar skulls. And this one I feel like is also a part of my personality. It's a part of me. Love dead things. Love, like, you know, flowers and You know, it's not super like crazy color. Like I'm not pinkish loving whatever. So that's just like me. And then I got this one for Carrie Fisher. So it says carry on with a little rebel symbol there. This one, Anna and I got matching tattoos, and it actually has our wedding date. This one was my most recent one. That's, of course, the Assassin's Creed symbol. And then this one, my mom and I share as a matching. My mom and I have 2 matching tattoos. We have this one, which is a little panda. And we have this one as a matching tattoo. But this one is for like a little inside joke for when I was like a kid. But this one, I mean, Assassin's Creed is my favorite video game, like of all time. And I used to be a massive gamer when I was younger. And so that's what that one is. So, yeah. It's funny, but I haven't heard anything about the new Assassin's Creed game. That in and of itself doesn't seem good to me. Nah, probably not. But it's Assassin's Creed. I gotta play it. The best one that I've played is definitely Odyssey. And then I love the Ezio series. And I also love Valhalla. Like, those are the best ones. And Jordan from Gen V, her name is London Thor. Jordan. Who's Jordan in Gen V? You know I'm like the worst with names. Oh, Jordan! Stupid. One of my favorite characters. Duh. I guess one of the Jordans. I don't know. I was like, I think reading Jordan, and then you said her, and then I'm like, what? Who's Jordan? Same. I could barely eat lunch because of people teasing me. It's the reason I am short and had delayed puberty. I think a lot of people went through some sort of bullying, unfortunately. The tree of life in Norse lore. Yggdrasil? Yggdrasil. That's cool. Oh, cool. I'm caught up for the most part. Yeah, the rest of the tattoos on my sleeve, though, won't really have that much of a meaning. Just because, like, the whole sleeve itself will just have a meaning. But the individual parts might not have a specific meaning. Like the Coco Pelli won't have a meaning. Cow Skull won't have a meaning. Scorpion won't have a meaning. The Tumbleweed will have a meaning. And then if I get anything else, it may or may not have a meaning because I just don't know what else I would get yet. Are the people who didn't want us to talk about Gen V still in the chat? Your scorpion tattoo should say, get over here. Get over here. I can't do a good scorpion. I meant like this, like I know what you meant, like obviously, but, and I know that you know what I mean, like as in the actual, like the insect, but not the Mortal Kombat one. Ooh, a Mortal Kombat tattoo would be cool. I still want to get a tattoo for Motherland Fort Salem. And I still want to get a tattoo. I think getting a tattoo of a Mortal Kombat character or like something to do with Mortal Kombat would be badass. I also want to get a tattoo of like something for Z, but I'm not sure what I want to get yet. I'm not sure if I just want to get a Z somewhere. Probably. Like I might get a Z. Like I think if I get a Z, I might get it behind my ear. I think that would be cool. I haven't thought about it too much though. I know I want to get something for him, but I'm not exactly sure like what. Z is a Gen Z. Actually, he's not. He is actually a Gen Alpha. Isn't that crazy though? Get a Z Scrabble tile with the 10 points. I'm not a big Scrabble person. I think it would just be cute just to get like a lowercase Z or something. Because it's kind of like how my parents have. My parents have a little A and a little K on like, they have a matching tattoo. So my mom has a little A. Like it's a typewriter A, like print. So I think that's cute. I might do something like that. But they have a A, or she has an A on her wrist, and then my dad has a K on his wrist. So I might do something like that, but put it behind my ear. Waiting on Forbidden West to pop up for Steam. What's that one? Cassie, your live stream always makes me smile, and thank you for that. You are awesome. Oh, thanks. You're awesome. The only thing about doing a Z behind my ear is if I have more than one kid. Well, I mean, okay, so if I have 2 kids, then I can put the other letter on my other ear. But then after that, if I have more than 2 kids, I don't know where I'm putting their initials. I guess I could still put them maybe one behind my, like, behind my neck or something. Like if I have more than one. And then eventually I will want to do one for Nissa too. But I don't know where that's gonna go. Shit, I have so many tattoo ideas in my head. Horizon Forbidden West sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh. Have not played that. Cassie, you're all right? Get out of here. Yes. You best be good, Ohio. You best be good. You could have your children's names spell out a word behind your ear. I could have my children's names spell out a word behind my ear. You mean like their initials or something? That's too much. It's too much thought. Sure, you agree having one kid takes up enough of your time as it is? Well, if I have another one, it's not going to be for a couple of years. I've got too many things that are going to be happening within a few years of my life. So, yeah, having a kid is not going to happen until after that stuff happens. The biggest one is moving. We want to move in a couple of years. So, and that's a big thing. It's a big financial burden and everything. And yeah, kids are big financial burdens. Love them, but they're big financial burdens. Since nobody answered back, can we talk about Gen B now? I guess. If anybody wants to know about Gen B stuff or doesn't want to know about Gen B stuff, I guess we can let them know to probably not watch the rest of it. But just so you know, I'm probably going to get off in like 3 minutes. So, because I have to help out with Zion for his bedtime. Well, I mean, I don't have to. I mean, I kind of have to. But you know what I mean. Where you want to move to? We don't know yet. Up north somewhere. We just want to get out of Florida for the most part. We have a couple of states in mind, but obviously nothing yet. I just want land and a good place to raise Zion. I feel that the group doesn't need to worry about Kate anymore because Marie disarmed her. Oh, shit. That was good. I did not see that coming, let me tell you. Love your live stream because you are open and honest about your opinion. Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people probably don't like my opinion, and I'm okay with that. But thank you for liking my opinion. I don't like if other, that's another thing too. Like if other people have different opinions than me, like I still like, you know, okay. But like, come talk to me. Let's talk about our different opinions. And like, of course I'm talking about like, you know, with movie or entertainment stuff or like whatever, you know what I mean? Because I like want to learn about their opinions and whatnot. I like how that was an accident throughout the fight. Both Kate and Marie tried to avoid fighting each other. They really did. You could tell she didn't mean to. She still doesn't really fully have complete control over her powers. And that was like the whole point. Oh, I have a scratch in my ear or something. Is it bleeding? You can move far north and come to Canada. I'm kidding, but we watched some of your news about Florida Man. I don't think we want to go that far up. Just because I'm not planning on leaving my company, at least for a long time, and I don't think we can work outside the US. I'm not sure actually. I know that we actually work on accounts that are outside the US, but I'm not sure if we can work outside the US. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I just know, I think like all of the employees work in the US. But yeah, we're not planning on going that far up anyway. Will Kate be missing an arm next season, or will they give her a new one? Organic or robotic? Ooh. I could see her having a cool robotic arm. I could see them giving her an organic arm as well, but I think a robotic one would be pretty badass. I don't know. That'd be cool. They definitely have the resources to do whatever, so. Alrighty, guys. I probably need to jump off of here for tonight because I'm helping out with stuff with Zion to get him ready for bed. Yeah. What industry you in? Does it focus on US stuff? No, not specifically US stuff. Like I said, we have accounts that we work on that are outside the US, but yeah. I just don't know if like our payroll and everything have a way to pay employees that aren't like located in the US. I'm not sure. Anyway, Buffy and Angel stuff all the way next week, up until next week. I don't think the movie comes out until the end of next week. I don't know. I don't remember. Something like that. But anywho, yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for coming. I hope that you have a good night or good day, whatever time zone that you're in. And the rest of your week. But yeah. All right. Love you guys.